welcome. This is just going to be a brief, short practice, gentle practice with the intention of connecting with the energy of the full moon, as well as just regulating the nervous system in general. We'll do just a tiny bit of non-yin poses, but it'll be mostly yin, with the intention of just moving out of our heads and into our bodies, into our hearts, on this busy day, this day with frenetic energy. I'd like this practice to be available for any time you need it, but specifically tonight I'm recording it with the intention of helping us weather the full moon energy as well as the election in the United States. So, if you have one, please grab a blanket and a bolster or a pillow of some sort. And you can pause the video if you've got to go grab one. And we will get started in child's pose. In child's pose, you can put the blanket underneath your ankles if you'd like. I'm going to go wide-legged for now and put the bolster underneath the belly. So you don't have to do it this way. You can always just do your regular child's pose, knees together or apart, whatever feels best to you at this time. But when you're ready, go ahead and just relax your head. You can let your arms be free, or they can act as a pillow for the head if you'd like. Close your eyes. And we'll start with a calming breath to bring us into our bodies. Just like a big inhale. And sigh it out. And again, inhale. And release it. Allow your next inhale to pull up through the body for the count of 5. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 1, 2, big inhale, and exhale. Continue to focus on your breathing. If you want to keep that rhythm going, or even slow it down so that you count to 6 on the inhale and 7 on the exhale, you could. Maybe even take longer pauses, longer holds. Just keep your awareness on your breath. This is a really hard thing for an active mind to do. There's so many other things to think about beyond this automated process, but we find that when we take our awareness, our attention to this automation and we slow down the breathing, it's like pressing slow down on the mind. Slow-mo, that's the word I was thinking of. Slow motion. So, as tempting as it can be to let the mind start to take over again, every time that busy, active mind wants to start racing, bring all of its energy and attention to your breath. If the mind has to focus intently, let it focus on the breath. Let it focus on the form of the body, on the sensation of the body. Be really interested in what's happening in your body as you're here. When we don't feel those benefits of mindfulness from our practice, it's because we're moving through our practice, but we're thinking about the stuff we've thought about all day long. It happens to all of us. But the most impactful practices will be the ones where you really listen to your body, you feel those sensations, you pay attention to them, dig in through the layers of the body, and really listen to the breath. Get so curious about the length of your breath, about where it travels to, where you're breathing most deeply into, and what can soften as you exhale. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. When you're ready to move, you can plant your palms and slowly start to lift yourself back up. Move that bolster out of the way. Come up and off of the blanket as you scoot your knees together, and then tuck your toes behind you. So if you have any major foot issues or surgeries you've gone through and this is not possible for you, you can either bring your hands down to lessen the stretch, or you could avoid it altogether. You might sit up with the toes untucked. And if the knees just absolutely won't have any of that, you're welcome to sit on your bottom. Just taking a few breaths to stretch out the feet, but of course, you don't lose anything if your feet won't allow for this. If they do, go ahead and slide your knees forward, but don't force any pain. within our practice and within this lunar cycle, we want to start to experience boundaries as a form of freedom. So appreciating, accepting, maybe expressing boundaries, taking back our time, taking back what it is that nourishes us, that leads to more freedom that may feel like a limitation or a boundary at the time. So if the body is giving you a boundary, really, really commit to listening to that tonight. You can always bring those hands forward if you need extra support. Good, and then slowly bring them forward regardless. And untuck the toes if they were under you. Good, you can find child's pose with the knees together here. Or you may be able to bring your hands behind you. Be very mindful about this, especially if you have any big ankle injuries. I do, so I'm gonna see how it feels and I'm gonna listen to that boundary. If I need to not go, kind of feeling like I need to not go, I'm not going to go. But you might be able to lift your knees up here as you lean back for ankle stretch. It's very much like a very strong point of the toes. It's not meant to be held too long, so we'll start to come back as you're ready. Walk the hands in front of you. Tuck the toes and begin to inhale, drop the belly as you lift the gaze forward and up. Good, then exhale, round out your spine, push the earth away, pull the belly in and up. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts as the heart opens. And exhale, round your spine, excuse me, push the earth away. Last one, inhale, lift the heart and the gaze. And exhale, round out your spine. Good, inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, start to lift your hips with those toes still tucked for downward facing dog. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe pedal your feet out a little bit if you'd like. And then press the heels down. As you press the hips back, you can bend the knees if needed. We're gonna inhale, come up to the balls of the feet for a breath. And then exhale, press your heels to the right. Letting that right knee bend a lot as you push the earth away strong with your hands. Good, inhale, pivot back to center. And then exhale to the left. Letting the left knee bend a lot as you push that right hand especially. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, pivot heels right. Push the ground away with your hands. And then inhale, center. And exhale, push the heels, or pivot the heels to the left as you push the earth away. Beautiful, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, now press both heels down to center as you push the earth away with those hands and let your head hang heavy. Good. Inhale, press through the heels. Exhale, shift forward a little bit, bring just the right knee down and press into the left ball of the foot. So you might need to adjust your hands a little bit so that your shoulders are right over your wrists. Good. Let's inhale, lift that left leg high. Untuck your right toes if you feel able. And as you start to open that left hip, you'll bring the foot back down. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Good, it could even go up and overhead as you gaze underneath of it and get as much space as you can through that left side of the body. Good, take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your hand down just for a moment so that you can lift your right knee up and pivot so the foot now faces the right side of your mat. And then inhale, come up to standing. So I don't like to do that on the knee because it's pretty uncomfortable, so that's why I put the hand down to pick it up. From here, inhale, reach your arms, and then exhale, side bend over your left leg. Gaze up and underneath your right arm. Just breathe steady as you make space through both sides of the torso. Good. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, the right hand's gonna come down as the left arm moves back, up and overhead. Gaze under it. Good. Inhaling here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Pivot on the ball of your left foot and lift your right leg high for a three-legged down dog, shaking it out. Before you set it back down, downward facing dog. Nice big breath. Beautiful. As you're ready, softly that left knee is going to come down to the earth. Pressing back through your right ball of the foot first, reaching through that heel strongly. Good, and then untuck the left toes. Pivot the hip open a little bit. Maybe the foot's gonna float if you want, but eventually it comes down to the ground. Inhales the right arm up, and then exhale, maybe it goes up and overhead. Good, really make space through the whole side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down just to use it for support as you pivot the left foot to perpendicular. And then inhale, come up to standing on that left knee. Good, we'll reach the arms out. Inhale. Exhale, side bend over that right leg. Gazing up and underneath your arm. Breathing. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, the left hand's gonna come down as you reach the right arm up and overhead again. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Start to bring the hand down. Start to pivot onto the ball of your right foot as you lift that left leg up and back and shake it out. Before setting back down for downward facing dog. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Put a generous bend in your knees as you inhale, lift your gaze halfway. And then exhale, let your upper body fold over your bottom body, clasp your elbows, and feel free to sway or nod. Getting as much length as you can through the spine and letting that head really hang heavy. Good. Hands drop down to their deepest space. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come to a squat where you are. So you can have your knees together. They could be a little apart. Some people's heels will drop down. Others will not. You are more than welcome to stay here. I'm going to teach Malasana. So what that looks like is you softly start to take your feet out, and I have to walk mine pretty far out to get them flat, and then try to bring the elbows toward the inner thighs. And I practiced this pose for many years, and it was very, very hard for me. For a lot of people, it kind of looks like this, and that's okay. Just don't let your heart collapse. And if it needs to be more like this, it can also be like this, or even like this. So don't limit yourself. Just start to let those feet turn out and the inner thighs roll open a little bit. We won't be here too long. Just feel the boundaries that your body may be giving you. Respect them, honor them, just as you would a friend or a loved one, and just as you would hope someone would respect yours. Beautiful. One more inhale to lift the heart. And then exhale. Pivot the feet to parallel. Keep them pretty wide. Get a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, fold in. head heavy, maybe this time with straighter legs. Good. Inhale, lift your heart. Bring your release your hands, bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. Inhale, reach your left arm up and twist. You can bend your knees if you'd like. I like to really press along the side of the shin or the ankle to get length through the spine and feel this twist in my lats. Inhale, a little more. And then exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift up. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right ankle or shin. And inhale, reach that right arm up. And same thing, you can bend both knees if you need to. Lots of length through the spine. Really maximize that twist. Bring out. Inhale. And then exhale, fold back in. Good, and then inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, walk it forward, coming back down to the knees, all fours. Beautiful. Slowly start to sit back. Come on to your bottom. Get those legs out from under you. Beautiful. We're going to start with the soles of the feet together and the knees opening up. And you are more than welcome to put a blanket underneath your ankles if you'd like. I need that on a hard floor like this. And your feet can go further out in front of you. They don't have to be very close. Then grab your bolster or whatever you have. Maybe it's a couple of bolsters or bolsters and a block. And you want this thing to be able to support your head. So however you choose to fold forward, just make sure your head can be supported. So for me, if I have a bolster like this, sometimes I'll fold it and just kind of rest my head a little bit, even if it's only a slight tilt forward. You really want to start to soften the neck and let the head relax, and this is going to be what is helpful in allowing the nervous system to calm, relax. So when you're ready, take an inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, start to take yourself forward. You can turn your head either direction. I cannot turn my head with my AirPods in, so that's why you'll see me looking a little uncomfortable, but you should definitely if you are able to. And if your AirPods fall, it doesn't matter because no one has to hear you. So just do what you need to do. And now we'll be here for a few moments. You'll have time and quiet to maybe come back to that longer breath, that kind of box breath, or to just listen and be curious about however your breath is traveling and however your body is feeling. start to lift yourself up. Good, just be really gentle with your low back. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Keep your legs as they are for another breath or so. You might pull them in a little more. We're gonna bring the right hand to the inside of the right thigh and just take that thigh and kind of roll the inside toward the outside, and then walk your left fingertips out toward the left a little bit. You're kind of simultaneously rolling the thigh open as you reach over to the left. Good, and then take those fingertips all the way to the left. Release the right arm, inhale it up, and exhale, side bend. Maybe that left elbow bends, but keep your right hip heavy. Peek up and through that arm space. Beautiful. And inhale, bring yourself up to center. And then exhale the left hand to the left inner thigh. Roll it open a little bit as you walk your right fingertips forward and out to the right a little. You're basically just rooting that inner left thigh so that you can walk the right arm out while keeping it heavy. Good, and then inhale. Exhale, take the right fingertips out to the side. Lift the left arm up to the sky. And exhale into your side bend. You might notice how different you can be from one side to the other. I can't get this elbow down without lifting the left hip, so I'm not gonna do it. It's better to stay rooted and let your body expand from that area. Keep that boundary, that form of rootedness, and then grow from there. Find the freedom and the movement from that space. Good. Inhale, come up, reach the arms. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Slowly, we're gonna take this left leg behind us and put it at a 90-degree angle so that your hip is in line with your knee and your knee is in line with your ankle. And from there, you might want to slide a blanket under the thigh if you feel like that's kind of a lot for you there. That's an option, or you may not need to. And then this right foot, this right leg that's in front is also going to scoot in the same configuration so that the hip is in line with the knee and the knee is in line with the ankle. And you can use your blanket, you can use the bolster. You kind of get heavy on that right hip, so wiggle around as you may need to. Inhale, lift up your chest. You're gonna think like a little bit over to the right if you need to, but eventually coming forward. So just it kind of depends on how open your hips are. A lot of us need to be kind of over the knee or even a little more over the side, like deer pose. But eventually we want to think about coming forward up and over that front shin without tucking the heel closer to the left hip. This isn't pigeon, it's called sleeping swan. Again, let your head get heavy. Let the weight of your upper body fall heavy on your front leg. That's okay, and that's actually kind of what we want. Remember, if the mind is getting busy, bring it back to the breath. Listen to the body. Come back to that awareness within the body. Where do you feel this pose? How does it feel? Are you crossing any boundaries with the body that you need to back off from? Would the body be happier just laying down? And if so, is there a reason you're not allowing it to? Just be really curious. There's so much to consider and to contemplate in the present moment. We just are so often not in the present moment that it seems boring when we're asked to do that. Beautiful. Go slowly to inhale and lift yourself up. Nice and easy. I'm going to bring my right sole of the foot closer to the left thigh now. Just sit up a little taller. Right hand behind me, left hand around that right thigh. Inhale, grow tall, and then exhale, just twist over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Use your hands to bring that left leg back in front. Sit back on the bottom, bring the hands behind you and bring your feet out in front. And then just knock your knees side to side a few times. And once you rock over to the left again, you can start to walk yourself up and we'll switch. So that right leg now is gonna go behind you. And remember, you want hip in line with knee, knee in line with ankle, and that 90 degrees. And then same thing for the left leg. So you want your knee to move straight from that hip joint and then ankle straight over. And it should feel kind of weird. It's not really a normal way of sitting. So it should feel a little awkward. If there's any pain or irritation, put something under that inner right thigh or give yourself a little more support under the butt. And then the prop is gonna go maybe a little over the knee if you need that, or straight ahead. And if I'm going straight ahead, I always kind of gotta pick up myself a little bit. Inhale, and then we'll exhale and come forward. Letting the head relax. Letting the weight of the upper body just fall soft onto that leg. Notice if you're hanging on to any tension anywhere. I just felt that my shoulders were working too hard to hold me up and my jaw was a little tense. So do a scan and just observe, and if anything is working unnecessarily, let it release. Maybe that next exhale can help you to soften whatever parts of the body that need it. slowly, and inhale, start to lift yourself up. You lean onto that left hip a little bit, tuck that left foot a little closer to the right thigh. Left hand comes behind you, right hand around your thigh, inhale, and then exhale, twist over that left shoulder. Good, slowly start to unwind. Use your hands to bring that right leg in front, both feet down, knees knock side to side a few more times. Good, and then scoot your bottom back and open your legs to a nice wide straddle. I'll let you choose too. This posture is called dragonfly with the legs wide. We're gonna forward fold either way. If you'd rather have your legs together, if that would feel more comfortable for you, feel free. From either space, feel free to roll up the back of your mat or sit up on your blanket for a little added height under the bottom. That can help with low back pain or tight hamstrings if you have them. Either way, we'll find this space. So begin to get your prop in front of you. Remember, you can turn it all different types of ways to support your head. Inhale to lift up, maybe wiggle the toes, soften the legs a little bit. And as you're ready, exhale and start to take yourself forward. Just allow there to be a round in your back. You're just relaxing. Unlike if we were to do this posture in a traditional yoga class, it's okay to allow your back to round. We're focusing on a surrendering energy and this kind of heart forward energy, and this is really nice for what's happening around us in the world today too. You know, we do our best, we do our damnedest to create the change that we want to create, and we have to become detached from the outcome. So it says nothing about how we approach the problem and how much effort we put forth. It doesn't mean don't be an activist. It doesn't mean don't fight for what you believe in. But it does mean that in order to find peace, we have to be personally somewhat detached from the outcome of our efforts. And this is a huge part of the Yoga Sutras. It doesn't mean we stop trying. It doesn't mean emotionally detached. It just means that we can surrender and that we can allow ourselves to find santosha, contentment, or even peace, even if the outcome is not what we hope for. To focusing on your breath if you've lost that at all. This posture in particular is so good for the nervous system. Allow it to do what it's meant to do. slowly roll yourself up. If you feel like you could stay there for longer, I feel like I could stay there for a bit, feel free to pause me. Stay there. Some yin poses can be held up to like 20 minutes. Don't overdo it. If you're flexible, it feels good because you're already flexible. You don't want to overstretch by any means. But if you feel like you could use a little more time there, feel free to take it. Good, as you're ready. When you're ready to be done with that pose, use your hands to bring your legs together. And we'll start to get ready to roll onto the back. Go slowly. If you want to hug your knees in and rock, you could, or it might feel good to just go slow, rounding to the back, maybe even lifting the feet up to the sky for a couple breaths. Good. You might even bend the knees a few times and just kind of let your legs move. Good, then we'll hug the knees in and give the belly a good squeeze. Rocking and rolling if you'd like. And then put the soles of the feet down on the earth. Press in your palms, press in your feet. Begin to lift your hips on an inhale. You might have to come up to your tippy toes to slide your pillow or your bolster or whatever you're using under the low back for a supported bridge. And the supported bridge, you could open your arms out to the sides. You could put a pillow under, or a pillow or a blanket under your head if you want. But just allow it to be soft. Ooh, nice and easy and gentle pose. Back to that box breath. It's not really a box, it's more of a rhombus. Either way, inhaling, pausing, exhaling a little bit longer, pausing, or just allow yourself to be as you are, your breath to be natural. If this feels really nice and you want to straighten your legs out, you could, but don't let it be too much work. If it feels too much or you feel like it's dumping into your low back too much, go back to feet on the floor. up and overhead. Exhale if those legs are extended. Drag them back. Plant them flat. Press into your feet and pick up the hips. Slowly rolling them back down. From here, let the soles of your feet find each other and the knees open. If you'd like to use a bolster under your back to support yourself, that might be really nice. I think I'm gonna do it. You could even put something under the head or under your head or where your head will be so that it's slightly elevated, like so. And then roll back down. This is where we'll end our practice. There's always the option at the end of practice, if you want to go legs up the wall. That would also be a really nice space for your nervous system tonight. And if you're practicing midday or something, or you get a little wound up later in the day, maybe you find legs up the wall whenever. That pose, 5 minutes in that posture can be really a game changer for your day. But right now, I think because of that back bend, this is where I'd like to end. If at any point your low back gets achy or your inner thighs are working too hard, you can move your feet further away. You can come up off the bolster, or you could just lengthen your legs out to straight and let your feet fall open. Eyes closed, heart open. Give it all to the universe. Just allow yourself to surrender, to let go of any of the busyness, any of the chaos of the day, and come back to what's real and what's present. This body, this breath miraculously moving through you. The ability to have a space to practice, the ability to practice in whatever way that you do. All of it's such a gift. So much to be grateful for in the present moment. And that doesn't minimize the intensity of the energy around us, but it helps just to remind us that there's more than just that energy. Can we just allow that energy to pass through our vision, not become complacent or apathetic, but to surrender to what is, to let what will happen, and to detach from it, knowing that we gave our best efforts, we set our boundaries for ourselves, we respected the boundaries of others, and we found some freedom within the form, within the structure of the world that we live in. Take a good breath. Just allow yourself to rest. welcome to stay for longer if you have the time to do so. Or even move till legs up the wall. But if you're ready to end your practice, just use your hands to very gently bring the legs back together. And let's roll over onto the right side for a moment. You can just kind of press your props out of the way, cradle your head, hug your knees in close, and then open that left arm out to the side. Just find a gentle twist. Good. Go slow to hug the knees through center. Drop all the way over to your left side. Maybe cradle or hug the head, and then open the right arm out as you gaze over it. And roll all the way onto one side. Hug yourself in the fetal position and just give yourself that nice, comforting squeeze. There's a reason we go back out into the world after finding a safe and comforting pose. This is that pose we have in the womb. It makes us feel safe. You can access it at usually any time, almost any time. Good, and when you're ready, you can start to softly press yourself up to a comfortable seated space. Feel more than free to stay here for a while if you feel calm and collect and you have the time to meditate. I guarantee on a day like today, it'll be better than scrolling or getting in heated debates or anything. Even manifesting on a full moon eclipse. Instead, we surrender, we release, we let go. So stay for as long as you can. And when you're ready to end your practice, just end with one Om. Take a breath first, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow to yourself and all the wisdom that you carry. All the strength that you carry, all the calm that you carry. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. Shanti. Again, thank you very much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel calm and settled and enjoy the surrender that comes with this new moon or this full moon energy, and many, many blessings to you. If you find that you need some more calm, if things get a little crazy and you want to get away for a little while, my next retreat is next weekend. It's the 17th to the 20th of November, and it's all yin yoga, a little bit of herbal medicine, and a lot of nature, and relaxing in a beautiful log cabin in Sand Point. So it's Pigeon, Michigan, but it's on the bay, and we have water views and a hot tub and all sorts of things to help you decompress after the election and before the holidays. And then after that, I also have a retreat coming up in Mexico in January 12th through the 18th. This will be a very laid back kind of traveler's retreat. So I'll be giving you a place to stay, feeding you, yoga, a little bit of programming, but most of the day will be yours to go to the beach, to swim, to explore, do whatever you want to do. So I'm billing it as a traveler's retreat for that reason, but there will be plenty of yoga, 1 to 2 sessions a day, meditation every morning, healthy food. So if you're looking for a new way to travel, a way to check out somewhere you haven't been with a group, please reach out. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, you can message me if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.